Hello, my business bosses. Welcome to Business Life with Kimmi. Today I'm talking about 10 ways or 10 things you need to do to start your business, because a lot of times people don't know where to start. So I'm going to give you 10 steps, and you may want to get a notebook and pen so you can write these things down so you can be successful. That's what we're doing. We're building businesses over here, okay? So the first thing you want to do is find your niche or niche, okay? Assess the market. What do you want to do? Okay, what service do you want to provide? What do you want to teach? You know, whatever it is that you want to do, you need to find your niche. And just because someone else is already doing it does not mean there is not room for you. I have several YouTube channels, and when I started my notary channel, which is my primary business, I was like, wow, it's already so many people talking about this. What could I possibly bring to the game? You know, what could I add? What value can I add? Well, guess what? I had a lot to say because one, I was in a different state than most of the other notaries that had their channels. So it may be that you are doing a lawn care business and you're in the state of Michigan. That's going to look different from somebody doing a lawn care business in the state of Florida. So you may be able to eventually teach those people in your state how to care for lawns in your specific climate, right? So that's something to think about. So just because someone else is doing it does not mean there is no room for you. There is always room for you because you bring a different perspective. You are a different person. You have a different background. You have different training. Okay. Even the way we are raised or created will bring a different thought process than someone else. Okay. So there's many differences that will allow you to shine in whatever space you decide to do. Okay. Number 2, conduct market research. Again, you need to know what it is that the clients in your area, your potential customers, what is it that they need from you, right? You may want to provide a service, but they may not even need the service. Okay, I talked about this in another video. For example, the analogy I used was someone in New York. Okay, they may want to provide a mobile detailing for people in New York, but if the majority in a specific area only take the subway or public transportation, buses, they may not need mobile detailing. So you really need to make sure what it is that your clients need from you. Okay. Number three, you want to write a plan. You have to have a business plan. Without a plan, you plan to fail. On that business plan, again, you want to write down, who are my customers? What do I want to charge? What kind of training do I need? Okay. Because a lot of times you may want to start a business. You may need some kind of training. That's often overlooked in all industries. People have an idea, a dream they're in love with, but they don't know how to execute or do a good job when they actually get some clients. So you may need some training. That's just a bonus right there. Okay. But write a clear business plan. Number 4, you need to find out what type of structure will you be using for your business. Will you be an LLC, sole proprietor? Okay. Are you the only business owner? Will you have a partner? Will it be you and your brother, you and your sister, you and your significant other? Your paperwork is going to look different depending on who owns the company. Okay. Number 5, you want to register your business correctly and get the necessary permits that are needed. Okay. When I say that, for example, one of my businesses that I have, it's not necessarily required that I have a permit for the city that I live in, but because I do allow clients to sometimes come to my home, I wanted to make sure everything was covered. I don't want my neighbors saying, oh, well, she's running a business over there and no one knows about it. Especially if you live in a HOA community, like a homeowner association or apartment or anything where you have to really give an account to someone else. Now, if you live in a rural area, kind of country, that may not be necessary, but always find out what your state requires, your city requires, okay? Because you have your state level, then you also have your city requirements, right? That's going to be 2 different things. So you want to make sure the city that you live in, what are the requirements there, okay? Number 6, we are on number 6. Setting up your office or your shop. Will you have a brick and mortar location? Now, a lot of times, depending on what type of business you're going into, you don't need a brick and mortar location, which comes with maybe leasing and rental, right? More fees, more expenses. You may be able to start your business right at home, and you may be mobile in your services, or it may be online, mostly in a digital space. Okay. So don't run out and say, well, I have to get a brick and mortar because I started this business. That's not true. that may be the last thing on your list, because again, you're just starting out. You want to keep your expenses to a minimum. So you may not even need a physical location for your clients to come to. So you really want to think about that. You want to set up a financial system. Number 7, set up a financial system. What does that look like? That means, how are you going to collect payments? Depending on whatever business you are in, you need people to be able to pay you, right? You need to be able to get the paper, get the coins, as they say. So you want to be able to set that up. Will you take Visa? Will you take MasterCard? Will you accept checks? Will you accept Zelle, Cash App? There's so many different methods out there. And I will do videos on this in the future of how to actually set that up and what you need, because you do need a method of collecting payments. The many people that I teach in one of my other businesses that I have, a lot of times they'll say, oh, I couldn't get the job because I didn't have a method of accepting payment. Well, that's part of setting up your business. How are people going to pay you? You're not doing charity work in most cases. So you need a way for them to be able to send you the money, for you to also let them know you received the money by means of a receipt. That may be an old-fashioned receipt book from the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Amazon, wherever. Okay? Or electronically, you can send them a receipt. Okay? So I will do a separate video on how to collect payments. The next thing, number 8, is hire employees, or will you be working solo? Depending on what type of industry you're starting, you may need to hire people right off the bat. But in most cases, when you're first starting out, you will be a solopreneur. You're going to be doing everything yourself. You're going to be the accountant. You're going to be the marketer. You're going to be the customer service rep. You're going to be the salesperson. You're going to actually go out and do the work, okay? The physical work. But as you start to grow, then you may need to hire people. And then when you start hiring people, now you want to get people with the same ethical standards as you. They have the same work ethic as you, because you may be a hard worker and you go out and hire somebody that feel like they can take a break every 2 minutes and your work is never getting done. Your clients are dissatisfied. So you need equal or like-minded people to work with you. Okay. So that's number 8. But normally, just starting out, do not just go out and start hiring people. Don't go out and hire a creative team. Don't go out and hire somebody to edit your videos if you're doing social media. Don't initially start doing all of that. Keep all of that in-house so you can keep the money in-house too. But as you grow, then again, you will eventually need to hire somebody, okay? And I'm kind of at that point too now myself. I've been using Fiverr. I found someone that I like, but we're having a little issue as far as me getting the actual work from him. He's over in the Philippines or something. It can be very cheap to hire on Fiverr, like $55. I picked a plan where I get 10 hours, I believe, from this person for like $55. So I will do a video eventually on how that experience went. He's very diligent about reaching out to me, but I still haven't had anything that I can actually use tangible. So he's sending me work. It looks okay, but we still have to have a little bit more communication so I can get it exactly to what I need in order to make it usable for my business. Okay, so let's go to number 9. Number 9 is launching your business and marketing it. Once you have everything else that we talked about in play, now you need to actually open the doors, open the business, hit publish on the computer. Okay, you need to let people know that you are around and market it. Everybody should know, whatever industry you're in. If you're cutting yards, lawn service, if you're doing hair, everyone should know you're a cosmetologist or a beautician, that you braid hair, that you do brows, whatever industry you are in. Everyone should know about it. Everyone. And then they're going to tell people, and they may not need your services that day. They may not need their brows done right now, but the next time they're going to remember, oh, I remember Kanisha was in here. She told me that she did brows or whatever, or she left me some cards. I got a card for you, so make sure that everyone knows whatever industry you are in. If you're baking cakes, let people know, hey, I bake wedding cakes. Oh, yeah. Really? You know what I mean? So they need to know what you do, and they will tell people for you. Word of mouth is the free way to go, the best way to go. But make sure it's word of mouth where you're doing good work and not the reverse, because people will talk about you when you do bad work too, okay? So you want to make sure you're providing excellent service. And number 10 is to evaluate your progress and make changes as necessary. So as you open your business today and you get it started, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 90 days actually, Even the first 30 days that you're open, look at everything you're doing and say, hey, could I be doing this a little bit differently? Do I need to go back and reevaluate maybe my prices? Maybe you started out and you were the lowest one and you realize, whoa, this is a lot of back-breaking work. I need to charge a little bit more, right? Or you may decide, man, I need more supplies than I thought for each job. So you priced it at one thing, and now 30 days later, you realize you're going in the hole. So you may have to go back and reassess and say, okay, now I know I need to charge more. Go back and reassess. I need to raise my prices. I need to buy more supplies. Maybe I need to start buying my supplies in bulk. Okay, so you need to go back and reassess everything. So just to kind of recap the 10 for you, just if you're taking notes and everything, you want to find your niche. Make sure the market needs you. You want to do market research. Again, those two go together. Write a basic plan. Choose the right business structure. Are you by yourself? Do you have partners? Register your business in the proper way in your state or your city so they don't call the police on you. Okay, make sure you have your office set up. Make sure your financials, number 7, is set up. How are you going to collect payment? Okay, number 8, do you need to hire employees right now? And if so, make sure you're hiring the right person because they can make or break your business. Also, number 9, how are you going to launch the business? How are people going to know you exist? Make sure you market it. Everybody should know what you're doing. It shouldn't be a secret. And some people will give you a little slack, especially if your business is not going well in the first 30 days. I thought you was starting this business. I thought so-and-so. You got your naysayers out there and your haters, but make them your motivators. And we are not stopping our business just because we are moving a little slower than what our friends and family may think, okay? And number 10, evaluate your progress, okay? Because sometimes you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. As I stated already, maybe you need some different supplies. Maybe you need to increase your rate, lower your rate, okay? So it's going to be a lot of things. Maybe enhance your skills too. You may have thought you were ready to go out there and start this business. And then when you get started, you be like, dog, I need some more training in ABC, right? You thought you could make that nice cut in somebody's hair and then you go, and now you messed up their hair. So those are my top 10 tips for starting your business, okay? These are never going to change and they are very, very, very good, okay? So start implementing, drop in the comments. Let me know where you are in your business. Are you just starting it? Are you trying to grow it? Where are you in your business, okay? Well, anyway, guys, until next time, this is Business Life with Kimmi. Bye.